Scared Spliff podcast.
They were like starting to ask me all these fucking questions. I don't know where.
Why it's so early?
No, they were just like, "Oh, cool, you're doing a podcast. What's gonna be the site or whatever that I can listen to and on this and that and the other?" I'm like, I don't know yet. I'll tell you when I get there or something. Like, figure it out.
YouTube channel scared Spliff.
Yeah, but then they were like, "Well, what have you been in and this and that?" Because like it just dawned on them apparently that I'm like an actor or something. Like they're my friends on video gaming and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Good,
so you know them from So you know them from headsets?
Yeah, pretty much. They're just voices in my head as far as I'm concerned. Yeah,
That's why I got both.
yeah.
So like, basically.
Can we just have it on the floor just so it's a steady surface?
Yeah.
That is good. I do understand that was clever. Like the elevation idea. But the equipment is safer.
Obviously, I want to talk about Chester County. Obviously.
That's a hell of a topic.
Okay.
It's good that I need to get a good full in-depth description of what that exactly is.
Okay.
For the podcast.
The Lincoln Park
Yes.
a musician who committed suicide.
I want to talk about
I grew up with music.
Oh my god. Yes. So that's why we're gonna talk a little bit about that.
Okay. I'm gonna still act like I don't know what you're talking about, just for the people that don't know what you're talking about. That way you can like be like, oh, it's the lead singer of Linkin Park.
Well, but even with you knowing what you know now, you still can.
Don't know.
You still can be the Winston Zedmore for the topic as far as like the person who's coming in from the outside and finding out. You know.
But then we have you that knows. Like
I've only listened to the most mainest Linkin Park songs.
I could share the story of. I mean, there's something I could share that's really cool. So.
Like I said, I heard you a mouse. After going, huh?
You a mouse.
I'm like, huh?
We can talk about that. I want to talk about George A. Romero.
Oh my god, that's another legend that passed.
So
Try to kick the bucket.
Yes, George A. Romero, and then I want to talk about. And then we're gonna talk about aliens and just go into expanding from there, because from George A. Romero we can talk about zombies, then we can talk about horror films and just expanding there. So the whole idea is starting from one topic and just just branching out and what the fuck ever,
My question at the moment is, starting with you, Bird Bear. If you and like you don't have to feel put on the spot. We can like give it time if you want to think about it. My question is, if you woke up in the body of the Chucky doll from the movie franchise, what would you do?
If I did woke up in the body of a Chucky doll?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. It's one of those things where you kind of have to think out. But I'm one of those bad people that are not able to think. I'm not able to blurt out answers.
That's fair.
Do my options.
It's a good reason.
Because it is a putting you on the spot question, and I do apologize for that.
Well, that's fine. It don't bother me, but I'm giving my honest answer.
That's what can make a podcast too. Though,
Yeah.
Is when it's like, gee, and you gotta like think about it for a second right on the spot, and then like, even though whatever you say might not even make sense, it could just podcast gold. Whether it even makes sense or not, like it doesn't even matter.
Gil, do you have an immediate just impulse thought about the question? It doesn't even have to be an answer to the question.
If I had
any kind of reaction to the question.
If I had the ability of being in a Chucky doll, what would I was stuck in a Chucky doll?
Oh, you know what? I like your adjustment. I like better. You have the ability to inhabit the doll and kind of animate it, and you're inside it, and like that. Yeah. I like yours better because yours is less of a freaky bummer. Because if you wake up in the doll, you're gonna like want to not be in it. It's probably how that's gonna work.
But if you knew you could, and then therefore did, then what would you do, kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's not deteriorating or like going away from what you were trying to instigate.
I like yours. I like yours better because my surrounding circumstances. My surroundings.
It's fun.
Wait, Salvia's fun or what?
No, it's like he's pulling the thing and I needed the lighter. And I just here, keep playing with it.
Oh, I'm starting to feel a little groovy.
I do have salvia. So
the Trejo, it's really good.
Is it good?
Yes.
I told you it's good tacos, right? Yes, I was like, okay, I was going to take them out originally. But he told me, let's just go out to eat. He's like, oh, I don't know. I have plans, podcasts.
No, I didn't say a plan. It's like I'm not really a guy that goes out because I'm not. I don't really go out a lot, unfortunately. Like I don't know. Like I just.
Man, it sucks.
You're not
that
for the art
doesn't-
walk.
Like it sucks. As
Yeah,
far
but
as,
that's
like,
because my art's there, and then like I had Brandon. Like Brandon's my mouth, basically. Like that's
He
a simple.
wasn't there that night.
Oh, well, yeah.
like that.
because they knew, because Oscar and Gabby were just at one with the universe with their wares that they were just interested. I wasn't necessary. I was there for moral support,
And
but
honestly,
they were doing it. They had their Gabby has her amazing taxidermy, and Oscar has his
That's
art
what I
and
was looking
paintings
at,
and like
taxidermy. I saw
Yeah.
that too. I just remember
the
the night
mouse with the devil eyes. Oh, the red eyes, like your story about
when I was walking an art walk. I remember I was walking, and I looked at the table. I remember there was a fence that was just kind of this color, but it was faded. I remember that, and then I remember looking at the table, and I remember looking at like out of everything that painting, the names I just call it like that. I'm like, dude, like I want that. I really want that. And I started talking to you, and then your girl was still setting some stuff up. I had talked to you, and I think you had just gotten there. You weren't there too long. I
Yeah.
arrived there like at 7 or 8 o'clock.
No, yeah, I had gone to use the restroom with. I don't remember. I don't fucking remember exactly what happened, but we were there like early.
Oh yeah, we went to, it was like some kind of
Yeah.
little place of business, and used the restroom there. Yeah.
But I mean, like, LA is not really the area that I tend to showcase art or anything. Like,
I have this for the middle.
yes. I showcase more in the Bay Area because my band moved over there because our music's not really, I don't know, we think it's not appreciated here, but apparently in Art Walk, like, I got told otherwise, which was really weird. But yeah, like, I'm not really out there with my art here. It's mostly like in Northern California and stuff. So that's why, like, for me, like, to start doing it here, like, it took me a lot of courage and shit, because, like, my art's not typical from, like, all the other standard art. Like, it's very, like, it looks girly, it looks pretty, but, like, when you look at it closely, like, you see, like, all the crazy detail and, like, the hatching and the stippling and all that shit. So, like, it kind of, like, takes a lot more appreciation to it. So,
More depth.
yeah.
You gotta
So-
look at it for more than just 5 minutes to really truly get what's there.
And so,
Yeah, I like that
LA
sort of
is,
stuff.
LA is just fucking quick, dude.
Yeah,
you know?
dude.
It's just too fucking quick, so.
My sister on Facebook liked there's that painting that you made of, it looks like it's almost like a bird-shaped gas mask with like a beak, and then next to that figure there are two other figures who are like these kind of creepy looking, kind of half sheep, kind of Dr. Moreau. I'm just drawing my own conclusions of what it
I'm gonna leave it up to you
is.
when we smoke that, but you should definitely like take a look at that
Oh,
container at least. Like,
Oh,
the
yeah,
label on that
definitely.
shit, like, check out what's in there. And shit,
Definitely.
'cause that's not just
Yeah.
a joint.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Don't surprise me.
I know. Well, see,
Don't get me horny like
I
that.
didn't want to.
You
I
haven't
didn't
even
want to
take- you
jump the
haven't taken-
foreplay on you.
You
all of
haven't
a
taken
sudden.
me out. And
Don't
you're
start to
already-
mow if you ain't gonna cut the grass, baby.
You don't take. You haven't even taken me out. You popping your dick out already?
You know it.
I said like.
You know how Ed rolls.
Do you like the "My Neck, My Back" song, or do you have an opinion on it?
I think it's hilarious, dude. It's the
Yeah.
same thing as that fucking as that song, fucking lick. I wanna eat your dick. You know, like that. One.
Is that the one? Did you play that?
Yeah,
for me?
this.
All I can think of is the fried chicken.
No, it's
That
Oakland,
willfully.
though, dude.
I don't know if it counts as racist, but it's because they are people who are black. So it's like, yeah, we can play with the stereotype if we want.
Oakland has a bunch of
That
good
music-
shit, dude. Like,
You know that music video? That's like, maybe you don't know,
Oakland.
but it's like this music video song about fried chicken, eating fried
Peaches.
chicken.
It's Peaches.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Peaches.
No, Miss Peaches. It's not.
Oh,
Peaches.
Miss Peaches.
Yeah, it's not Peaches.
Not to be confused with
Yeah.
with "Fuck the Pain Away" Peaches. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
So this goes this way, and then we'll go that. Yeah.
Rotation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, how should we start the podcast? Like, because obviously, like you said, you didn't want to start it off with an introduction.
It begins and ends with a voice saying "Scared Spliff Podcast." That's fucking it. It's zero maintenance for us.
Okay.
We don't. The
No,
more
like when the-
the
when the-
more we
when the
can not
episode
think about that we're
commences.
doing a podcast.
Well,
Put
when
a
the
little bit of
episode
wax in there,
commences,
so light it on the corner. Corner it. Be
Okay.
careful.
like We are here.
What is a wanker?
You
No.
are there. Okay, well, I'm just trying to like
I strongly
understand.
advise
Oh,
against
okay.
it.
They've like
Okay.
taken out.
Like
the
if
plant.
I feel
It's
the
pure
difference
THC,
between you,
basically.
the real you, and the you
Do a
when we're doing
small
the podcast,
Yeah.
we're not doing it right.
So we start like greetings, like you know how like a song starts like what, a count out. What's our count out into the podcast? That's what I'm saying. Like it
Like-
obviously has
like
an
you
intro.
want to know when it is?
Yeah, yeah. You know, like is it a 1, 2, 3 go? You know, like 1, 2, 3 record. Okay.
Scared
Split.
Well,
What's up?
the Chris Hardwick's nerd.
Or like how's it going, guys?
Chris Hardwick's
Scared
Nerdist podcast
Sick.
does not do that. They
Looks-
just the thing is already rolling when they're doing it.
Oh shit.
Or when the guest shows up, if they have a guest, and they don't say they just don't do that. The episode is labeled as here's what's in it, here's who's on it, and like that. And us, we're not even gonna do that unless we have Neil deGrasse Tyson or somebody.
It's gonna happen.
All right, so then back to my question. That we just go 1, 2, 3, press record, and
Is it for
Can't
the
wait.
sake of you knowing when it has started?
Yeah, because like I'm a front man, dude. Like I can't just be thrown in front of the crowd and just be like go. You know, like I need a count off. I need like some type of.
Do you know that Clint Eastwood does not say action?
Oh well, yeah, I know, but that's because like he's in control. Like this is all up in the air. That's why.
No, but I'm saying when he directs a movie, he says to the people in the scene, okay, whenever you want to do it, and yeah.
Okay,
and he doesn't say cut either. He says, okay, all right, we've done that enough. And
I get it now. I get it. I think I get it. I think I can.
so we're cross passing two different pipes. Ah, fantastic. Wait. So which way? I've lost my way with which way.
You know what?
one is
I get it.
This way.
I get it.
Okay.
No, it
Toward
was this
you?
way. This way.
Yeah,
This way. Yeah.
Yep.
I get it now. Let's start it off. Record.
Mhm.
And we just start off by that's it. Like that's the start off. So we should probably turn that fan, right? Because if I could hear it, then the microphone's gonna pick it up, right?
Well, but
Right now.
that one is so low.
No,
Wait, is
the
mine on
white
still?
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
yours is still on.
It's
That's what I'm saying. I could hear it.
I mean, it's a matter of the priorities of whether do we
Is it
want
still-
Bird Bear and Gil to be more comfortable, or do we
Okay.
want the sound to be fucking pristine, which is not gonna be. It's not gonna be like.
Okay, I get it.
It's not gonna be recording studio sound anyway.
Okay. All right.
So,
Let's just do it.
like we're all sitting close.
Okay.
Like
all right.
it can handle being. We're all right here.
All right. Well, I'll just
And I
sit-
know I'm a loud motherfucker, but if you talk half as loud as me, then you're fine.
I'll just sit on the floor.
Yeah, your voice is a little low, dude.
I have a
Yeah.
very projecting voice. I was blessed
And like
with that,
you're
so.
great because you're right up on it.
Yeah, I'll try.
In
to
fact,
be
all of
louder.
us are up on it, so we're
His
good.
voice is really mellow. And
I'll
chill.
try to
It's
be
a beautiful,
louder.
sonorous, velvety bass voice.
It's not
Oscar's
like
voice.
it's not like that when I'm on stage. That's a guarantee.
I've got a
Oh yeah, well that's different.
Great.
That's like the metal vocal voice.
All right, so it's recording actually, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's. Brandon, you wanna spark yours next to mine? So that'll
Here
be
we
like
go. 1, 2, 3. Nice. I think I've probably already asked you
Yeah.
if your phone that makes the
The ice
that
cube
has the alert sound of ice
Yeah,
cubes.
yeah,
Do you
I got it.
have
I
real
got it.
ice cubes ever made you think that it was, or vice versa?
No, actually, because the ice cubes. That's fucking stupid because it's called ice cubes, and obviously when you hear it, you think of ice cubes. But I am damned if fucking ice cubes sound exactly like that. It sounds more like a ticket, like a trickle or something. I don't know if that's a proper word or anything.
Oh, the sounds are not. You're saying that ice cube sound is not accurate. It's a
Very-
little stylized.
Yeah, I
generic
know.
sounding trinkle in a bucket, kind of like.
Yeah, it's.
Mhm.
But it's still effective because I know that it's ice. I perceive it as ice clinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like how
I mean,
a movie punch sounds like, but that's not what it fucking sounds like
Yeah,
in
I mean,
real life.
And it's just like some of those fucking ringtones that they have out there when you try to download them for music. It's not the precise music. It's like an 8-bit of it. So it's like a it's like a really bad version of it, but you have to hear it really closely in order for you to be like, oh yeah, dude, that's fucking Kiss. Hell yeah, that's
Wait,
rock
so
and
you're
roll all
you're
night.
out for
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
the duration. Okay.
That's why I'm pretty sure like I'm not the only person that would actually record the song that they wanted to in the phone's microphone and just literally put that as their fucking ringtone. Or if you were like really fucking cool, like somebody else or whatever, like fart on your phone or you know like do something stupid. But I mean I've done that before to where I recorded farts from my phone or like me saying stupid shit, and then my phone would go off in classroom. So I remember I had once a ringtone that would be like suck my balls, like over and over again. And it went off in my classroom, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, I can't believe this is happening, but it's like, fuck it, whatever, it's a ringtone.
Yeah, probably.
What? How did the question is how did the class react?
Yeah, everybody probably.
Were they
laughed.
in like silent kind of Catholic shock, or did they laugh? Or
I don't
what?
know if it was because it was independent studies, which basically meant that a lot of the kids that were there didn't really care, or I don't know if it was like, I don't fucking know, but it wasn't that bad. It was just not even looks or anything, and I don't know, it was weird.
It just happened, and it was like, I guess like the human mind is so fast that everyone just kind of did the mental algebra of, okay, someone's alert makes that sound, and that's just what that is, and so what? And that was just the end of it. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I would wonder how it would sound if you would record somebody like dying, and that's your fucking ringtone. So every single time somebody like calls you, it's like, ah!
Well, yeah. Like
Or something worse,
assuming it's a death that sounds like that. The death I thought of, because I think it's the only one I've seen that's an actual real one, or one of the only two, is, and I've brought this up before, is Bjork's stalker, who shot himself in the mouth on camera.
But that's a video though. Like, how would you have a ringtone as a video?
Well, you can extract you can rip the audio and isolate it into a sample. But he just had. Here's what was awesome about that video, about that recording of this guy killing himself, is it's not loud. The bullet just seemingly just gets kind of swallowed up in his cranium. He shoots himself in the mouth. The gun just kind of makes this click. And then he just slumps out of frame, and you just hear it gargle. It just kind of a very subtle, quiet, and that's like
like a death gargle.
So I don't know if that works. That would definitely not work as my alarm because it would not wake me up because it's just too quiet.
So then that basically means like if you would have a ringtone with the Two Guys One Hammer audio in it. I don't know if you guys ever seen that, the Two Guys One Hammer video.
Two Guys One Hammer.
Yeah, it's a.
Does the hammer go in there?
No. It's a snuff film basically of two guys somewhere in Russia. I'm not really certain. But
so people don't pass this around at parties.
Oh, fuck, dude! Like, I mean, there was a time where a lot of people would watch it, like if it was, like an NSYNC music video or some shit like that, But like, it's basically two guys torturing a homeless person to death.
God damn it!
And they're
I'm against that.
They're smashing his head with a hammer, and he's slowly dying, and his face is like literally like fucking like deformed in, like just fucked, just like really smashed, and he's like gargling, his like air is just like between blood, so it's like so you can just hear it, and he looks just like really fucked, dude. Like if you get Play-Doh and you just fucking smash it, that's how his face looked, just with blood and like coagulation going on. It was really bad.
So the blood kind of smoothed it over aesthetically, so it's just this kind of red, mushy kind of.
Yeah, but you can still tell that it's like it's skin and muscle and tissue like swollen and then like broken with by a hammer, and basically. Oh, you already have. And yeah, and like they were stabbing him with a screwdriver, dude. So like this video was really fucked. So I'm just thinking like, damn, dude, like having audio something like that. But then it also reminds me of this band that they had an album that basically all it was psychiatric patients screaming, and that was the whole album. I think it's called Misanthropia Project.
So it's like a compilation?
No, it's a whole album that basically like a band
they traveled around and got recordings of.
So like this is why I'm a bad metalhead, because I don't really remember names and I don't remember these things.
Well, that doesn't sound very metal to me. Remembering names, fuck it.
Well, I mean, like that's just typical,
Yeah.
like
That's a label, dude.
Yeah.
This is-
Also, just like
being metal is not being a labelist.
Satan and blood and
That's some elitist shit.
and mouth fucking someone to death is more metal than like remembering name. Remembering names sounds very church picnic to me. Just if I have to categorize it.
I don't know, dude. We might be turning some heads by saying this type of shit to the metal elitist in the world, but
You gotta remember names.
yeah, you sometimes it's good to remember names and years and apparently fucking pictures at times, but whatever, like not everybody could be a fucking metal logger, so.
Yeah.
But
Not everyone's cut out for it? Is that what you're saying?
no, I mean, it's just like, you want to remember everything, that's fine, but like, you're not getting paid for it unless you really are into it. And the whole point of me bringing it up, it's not to fucking, like advertise the band, although it's a fucking beautiful album and I love it. But obviously it didn't strike me as much as Silencer, and because I remember that. I remember Nati Natram's fucking name, and I don't remember this person's fucking album. But obviously with Silencer, I remember the name of the band and I remember the name of the artist. So I don't know, like I like the album, but not enough. Obviously not enough to remember it, and I'm sorry, but I at least have the essence of it.
It's just like I always say when it comes to this kind of stuff. It's whether you love it or you hate it, if you remember the name of it, then it did its job.
Yeah.
Like you remember it.
Well, if you're Howard Stern, that's true, because the point is to get the attention of the people who dig it
Or
and
Miley
who hate it.
Cyrus, or anybody
Yeah.
like that. Whether you love her or hate her, you still know her by name. You still give her that,
You're giving
that
her.
fame
You are
and that
surrendering your
notification.
power
to her
okay.
name.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. You're
Yeah,
on.
and I mean,
yeah.
like, and just to like have that more of something that's a reality and shit, like it's kind of like a true manifestation of it. Like we have our friend here, Bird Bear, that we met in Art Walk. That just as simple as connecting with an art piece, like a new friend arose. So I mean, like it's things that matter impact you and you'll remember, and things that don't. But that doesn't mean that they don't matter. It's just like a different impact.
Same with me and Brandon.
Yeah, exactly.
We would have never met each other if it wasn't for that stupid show that we were on.
For the reality cooking show Knife Fight.
Yeah.
Because as if it was executive produced by your parents, because
Really advertised, yeah.
who value machismo over all else. Because Knife Fight, it's a cooking show, but it's not a cooking show for fucking pussies. It's not fucking Knife Fight. Make that flambe, bitch.
You're saying Gordon Ramsay was a dick? Check this shit out. That fucker's a pussy.
I've always said that. Do we not want to come back to the topic of if you had the ability to physically inhabit the Chucky doll? Do we want to come back to that, or am I
We
just
can do that
raping
now.
people?
Let's do that now. Let's do that now, because I mean that's I think that's going into the next thing that I kind of wanted to touch on, which would be like George A. Romero into the horror field. Like recently we had a huge loss in the horror world of George A. Romero passing. Like that. Like I mean that was harsh when that happened. Like it like obviously everybody felt it, and me personally, like it was a huge bummer. But I'm not going to fucking lie, and I'm not gonna say that it was the same as when fucking when Craven died. When Craven passed away, I was like, holy shit, dude! Like that
Impacted you more.
Yeah, that impacted me more because I was
generationally.
Like, well, not only that, but it was like artistically. Not saying that George A. Romero sucks or anything, because he is really good and he is unique, but I just think that a story is based out. A story matters more when it has a little bit more uniqueness. A little like when it has more originality. And I'm not saying George A. Romero was not original. It's just that he based off the story that he got famous out of a social setting that was going on in the time. So in my belief, I'm not sure if anybody else.
He ripped it off of real life.
Well,
is that the accusation?
No, not ripped it off of real life. That he used that to his advantage. That's what I'm saying. And that was a smart decision. And I'm not saying it was a logical, like not like logical like that. He actually knew what he was doing, but that it benefited him, because obviously, like it came out during war, during time of, like civil, like unrest, So for having a zombie movie and having people not really be shown as thinkers and like be shown as like actual like beings that could coexist with one another at that time was really impacting. And the makeup that Tom Savini did, I was like, fuck, dude, like Tom Savini's a shit, dude, like he's fucking awesome.
So Wes Craven did not use Nightmare on Elm Street to his advantage. He's viewed it as his social civic duty to alert the youth of America to this rapist that's inhabiting people's dreams and killing them.
But you see that Craven, that wasn't his first film.
Oh, that's true. Okay,
that was the movie that got him famous. But if anything, if you really are a fucking Craven fan, you're going to go back and fucking think straight right away. Last House on the Left.
Mm-hmm.
Holy fuck, dude! Like that film.
Oh, that was his.
That was his. That's his, dude. Like that's like his fucking. Like that's his thoughts, dude. Like
you just did for me what someone else did for me about. Someone said to me, who's like 9-10 years older than me, said I liked the band Genesis before Invisible Touch, and me in my dumb generational blind spot, I was like, they did stuff before Invisible. I didn't know about their early 70s prog rock where they did like 10-minute long fucking songs, like Bohemian Rhapsody in terms of quantity times 2. And if I were a hack, I would add on steroids, but I'm not going to. Well, I just did, so I'm a hack.
One thing is talking shit.
You're a hack as well.
And another thing is giving credit where credit is due, and accepting admiration behind true cinematography and filmmaking. And George A. Romero was the shit. He was fucking glorious. He's up there with Fulci, with Argento, with like Del Toro, and like all the other greats, Carpenter as well. But like it's just name any other film that besides that. Any other film besides Night of the Living Dead?
Oh, George A. Romero. Wait, am I adding an initial that doesn't exist? George A. Romero?
No,
George Romero?
George
is that
A.
what
Romero.
it is?
Yeah, George A. Romero.
Oh, so I knew that just by osmosis. Night of the Living Dead I'm certainly aware of the the time pertinent significance.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to pick on him or anything, because, like, I love him. Like, this is not talking shit about George A. Romero, so anybody thinking that, like, you could fuck off and, suck a fucking monkey's nipple.
Like, I had heard, like,
that's not the case.
Like, these names swirl around Guillermo del Toro, George Romero, Sam Raimi, and you kind of know them, or you don't, or you kind of do, or you're aware, because they're so George Romero, I'm going to just come right out and say, full disclosure, I wasn't 100% on who that guy is. So Night of the Living Dead was like a handy kind of identifier, like a handy kind of Cliff's Notes asterisk that's like, no, he's that guy who did that. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's that's
so, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he's a master of horror. He is. But I'm just gonna be the fucking nerd or the fucking like film snob and be like, what other movie have you heard from him besides Night of the Living Dead?
What have you done for me lately?
Like, so, like, I'm like in a serious way, like
this would be even more appropriate
if
he did I Spit on Your Grave. It would be appropriate for right now because we kind of are. But fuck it, you speak in your truth, and that's what it is.
Yeah, because I mean, like,
that's what I know about it.
A good filmmaker in general is one that challenges himself. I'm fucking stupid right now. That challenges himself,
Romero's can't hold their smoke. That's what it is.
And but like
zigzags.
Enough about talking about like we'll pick on somebody else and we'll pick on Rob Zombie. Boom!
Yay! Hit it!
Yeah.
So, he is a motherfucking hack with money and nice toys, bitch. He don't know how to make a resonant movie that's gonna last longer than weekend box office. Suck on my taint, bitch.
It's like mainstream butthole surgeries.
mainstream.
That's what he is.
Yeah. It's like, how can you fuck up a franchise that's already good, dude? It's like really
Halloween.
shit. Yeah, it's like if I make Ninja Turtles and I make it fucking shitty. It's like, why? The blueprint's right fucking there, dude.
But do you dig the Michael Bay executive produced Ninja Turtle movies because of your of your like kind of
It's nostalgia.
Yeah,
That's
that
it.
like
That is it.
your deep abiding childhood
Yeah,
love
that's
of
it.
the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that is it.
I
Just,
personally feel like the Ninja Turtles look better in the 90s movies.
Yeah. as a,
I
They
feel that way,
looked
but I think
exactly how they should have, and it wasn't CG. It was
yeah.
all somebody had to make that shit. Somebody
yeah.
got paid for a job.
I
doing
agree.
that.
I agree with
And
you
in
on
my
that.
age now, mixed with the nostalgia of it all,
Scared Spliff Podcast.